Well, it all seems to be kicking off inside the Conservative Party, Rishi Sunak's Tories versus Boris loyalists, as well as the right wing of the Tory party in general. There seems to be a de facto split inside the party. We've had so many resignations so far with immediate effect and by-elections being triggered. We expect more MPs to also resign from Rishi Sunak's Tories. And now we have the Conservative Democratic Organization. This is basically the right wing of the party and the Brexiteers who want to take over the party and make it more democratic and more right wing and more Thatcherite. They've decided to come out to tell us that this is not really a good situation for democracy. They've said this is a de facto split in the Conservative Party. We will rally around Boris. So that's the statement that we have from people in charge. We also have obviously Claire Bollivant from the same organization saying that this is far from game over for Boris. This is game on. Boris is now unshackled. Boris will be back stronger than ever. His best days are yet to come. So, and it goes back to what we said last night when we did the breaking news. Boris Johnson's statement at the end of it, it said, it's sad to be leaving Parliament for now. So clearly he's got some sort of plan, clearly. And also the right wing of the party seem to be having some sort of plan, whether it works or not. That's different. We actually have the chairman of the Conservative Democratic Organization and a friend of the channel, David Campbell Bannerman, who was on BBC Newsnight last night. And this is what he had to say about the kangaroo court that was the Harriet Harperson's Privileges Committee.
I think it's a stitch up right from the start, Faisal. I mean, to be honest, if a court behaved this way, they'd all be thrown out, including the judge. I mean, allegedly, Harriet Harman was talking to Sue Gray, the famous or infamous Sue Gray, as this all kicked off. And, you know, there are big questions about the fairness of this procedure.
So this was the chairman of the CDO, the Conservative Democratic Organization. For those of you who don't know this organization, it's probably best for me to take you guys through the summary of what they are about, because they have a number of key senior figures from the Conservative Party, Parliamentary Party, and the grassroots. It's mostly the grassroots of the party who are sick and tired of the establishment. This is their website, Democracy Matters. Join the thousands of conservatives fighting every day to promote a democratic party. They're not very happy about the fact that despite voting for Liz Truss or any of the candidates last summer, the establishment of the Tory party decided to do a coup against her and replace her with the unelected Rishi Sunak and Jeremy Hunt randomly being imposed as Chancellor. All right, so when we go through this website, you got the 7 steps to reform. No pun intended, reform. There are proposed constitutional changes. They want to completely change the constitution of the Conservative Party because right now it's way too elitist and centralized. Reform 1. Change the constitution of the party. The chairman of the party board, 2 deputy chairman, treasurer, chairman of the candidates committee, and chairman of the policy reform forum to be officers of the party on the party board. They should all be elected and accountable to party members and to present annual reports at an AGM. Accounts of the party should be adopted at the annual general meeting. That's reform 1. The second point is that the party constitution should be capable of only being changed by a motion at the annual general meeting of the party by party members based on 1 member, 1 vote, with a 60% majority of those voting. Interesting. Third reform. Constituency associations, as local parties, should have the right to determine who their Conservative parliamentary candidate is, with minimum interference from Tory Central Office, CCHQ. This includes selecting and deselecting candidates and selecting or deselecting their members of parliament. Any member of the party should be able to apply to be a candidate. Local candidates, so those residents in the constituency, should be invited for interview by the Association Executive Council. This actually follows what we reported about half an hour ago. Rishi Sunak has decided to take his revenge already against Boris Johnson's side by blocking Samuel Kasumu, who wanted to be the London mayoral candidate for the Tory party, because he's friends with Boris Johnson. And this is really helping these guys, their cause and their case, because it's really not democratic when the dear leader will have the final say. Reform number 4. The spring conference should be a policy conference where ministers would listen to members' ideas on policies in their subject area, selected by motions submitted through the Executive Council of Local Associations. I have no problem with any of these ideas. They're very good. The 5th one. The party conference should be controlled by a subcommittee of the party board consisting of a majority of voluntary members of the party elected by members. There should be motions for debate and votes taken on those motions, sort of like similar format to the Lib Dems or the or the Labour Party or any other normal democratic party. This again is important when it comes to the party conferences, because right now the Conservative Party conference, if you ever go, it's basically a hub for corporations and CEOs and the lobbyists. There's nothing political about the party conference of the Tories. It's all about money and business and advertisements and all that. Reform 6. The rules for the election of the party leader are to be incorporated within the main body of the constitution. Members should have the final say. A constitution commission should be immediately set up to propose changes to the party constitution, with the remit that it should be a democratic constitution, with the emphasis on directly involving members of the party based on one member, one vote, and should report back by 15th of September 2023. So this is what we have about these guys and their ideas, and if they don't work out, they're going to basically go their own way, I guess. They have a very nice website. You can join as a member if you want. If you want to be a Conservative, they're not official, obviously, Tory party organization. Priti Patel is part of them as well, and some of the others. Anyway, we're going to keep you guys posted throughout the day. We are going to have so many updates, uploads, as well as live streams. Make sure to subscribe. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.